Hi guys, Patrick here from Master Detailing, partnered with Custom Detailing. I'm going to do a bit of an explanational, educational video. I don't know if I just made up that word, explanational, but I quite like it, so we'll stick with that. Quite often I fire our services out without actually, I just expect people to know what I'm talking about because I've been doing this job for 15 years. It's all very familiar to me, and I often fire out services without actually giving the backstory to why you would need, because I'm so familiar with it, which is a very silly way, very naive way for me to think. So I'm going to start doing these videos a bit more often just to explain what's actually going on with our services, what's going on with our products, what's going on with the process, the training that's led us up to this point where we can operate at this level and things like that. So firstly, I want to talk about nano coatings, ceramic coatings and glass coatings. Now, very confusing, but they're all the same thing. Okay, so what you will normally, or what you should find with a good quality coating is the most well-known name that you've probably heard of would be a ceramic coating, and it is quartz or SiO2. Quartz is one of the most abundant materials found on the Earth's surface, and what happens is in the chemical formulation process, so if you move it around one way, it will make what can be found in glass. If you move it around a different way, it will make like silicone that you'd seal your bathroom with, and if you add carriers to it and make it spreadable, that is what you get in a glass of in a bottle of ceramic coating that allows you to spread that, or allows me to spread that onto your vehicle. Now, once it is spread onto the vehicle, the carriers evaporate away and you buff off the excess of the carriers, and what's left behind is the glass coating. So that is pretty much a ceramic coating explained. The coating, now I know some people would rather use carnauba wax, and the hydrophobic effect is very similar. The only difference is obviously with a wax it is very static, it does attract dirt, so that is one negative. And the positive thing about a ceramic coating is they are anti-static, so they push away dust and dirt. The other thing is the longevity of a carnauba wax compared to a ceramic coating. A carnauba wax, if you use a strong degreaser or even just fairy liquid to wash the car, then all of, or the majority of, or at least it will compromise your carnauba wax coating. If you wash a vehicle with fairy liquid with a ceramic coating on it, it will not compromise the ceramic coating because it's a much harder coating. Scratch resistance, you have no scratch resistance at all with carnauba wax because it is soft. With a ceramic coating, now I'm not saying that your car won't get scratched, and that's not, and when we say scratch resistant, we don't mean ridiculous claims of if someone actually uses a screwdriver to scratch your car. Unfortunately, that still will scratch it. It's more marring, which is induced by just touching and rubbing on the paint of the car. So every time you do a touch wash, unfortunately, no matter how safe you are, no matter how many pre-cleaning steps you take and touch less techniques, every time you touch that car, you are inducing slight marring. And what a ceramic coating does, it actually protects the car, so you still will get these marks, but they will be so much less visible with the ceramic coating on your car than without the ceramic coating. So what you're doing, you're kind of marring the glass coating rather than marring the actual paint on the car. So it is protection for the paintwork and the lacquer. The water beading, or the hydrophobic, that's what we call it in the industry, the water beading. So if you can imagine this, you chuck a bucket of muddy water over a car that has got no protection on it at all, what that does is just finds its place on that car and it will dry and the car is filthy. If you chuck a bucket of muddy water on a car that's had a ceramic coating, what will happen, the coating is actually trying to push things away from being stuck to the paintwork. So if you chuck a bucket of muddy water on a ceramic coated car, the majority of it is just going to run straight off of the car. So if you can imagine driving down the motorway at 70 miles an hour, you've got dirt, you've got contaminants, you've got mud, you've got grit flicking up onto your car off of the road. and when you're doing 70 miles an hour, it's travelling in these water beads, going all the way to the back of the car, running straight off, taking most of the dirt and the contaminants with it. So it does actually stay cleaner for up to 50% longer with a ceramic coating on the car. The other thing is the crazy gloss that it gives. Now, because it is a glass coating, essentially, it's like adding another layer of lacquer to the car. And as we all know, the more you add, the more that it will shine. It is absolutely crazy, the gloss that you get with it. So the benefits are protection from harsh chemicals, protection from bird muck eating into the paintwork too quickly and actually staining, and in some cases burning right through the paintwork, leaving you in need of a respray. It protects it from acid rain, it protects it from the sun's harmful UV rays, which actually penetrate the lacquer and start to discolour your base coat, which is the actual colour paint of the car. You get the hydrophobic properties, which is the water beading, the self-cleaning. It's a lot easier to actually clean the vehicle, so you find after you've had a ceramic coating, if the car is muddy, you just jet wash it and the majority of it just falls off, so you'll notice a stark difference in reducing your actual chemical bills that you're using on the car. It's just a great product, and I advise pretty much anyone to have a ceramic coating on the car, unless the paint is so thin. So with a lot of classic cars and things like that, a ceramic coating would be no good, and a carnauba coating would be better suited for an old classic vehicle. Anything past that, I would recommend a ceramic coating for absolutely anything, because the benefits are just too great to ignore. So that's my thoughts on ceramic coatings. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch and ask. In the meantime, I'm going to carry on doing what I do, working hard, applying ceramic coatings and being the best in the field. Thanks for watching, guys.